All right.
terrified
Are we
of this
rolling?
and-
Don't be terrified. It's easy. All right. Here we go. Well, welcome everybody to another edition of the Alliance Group podcast. And we have two special guests today. We have Damian Barton and Julie Hintz from National Life Group. Really big news. As you all, I'm sure, have heard by now, National Life is dropping a brand new business platform. It has been in the works for a long time, and you guys are to thank for that. You and your team, of course. It is finally here. It is the Ascend platform, and it is going live everywhere February 11th.
Correct.
Well, thank you so much for joining me, ladies.
Thanks for having us.
We actually did a little bit of a training earlier with a small group of agents on this today. I got my first real in-depth peek at Ascend. First of all, let's kind of start with this. You guys have been working on this for so long. Actually, I didn't ask this in our kind of pre-interview. When did this project start, so to speak? Damian, I mean, it had to have been, this is years in the making.
Yeah, this is about a decade in the making. So
wow.
Ascend is really the culmination of a journey that we've been on to digitize this experience and to really set ourselves apart from other carriers. And so it started with the introduction of the electronic application.
Right.
And eventually moved to the automated underwriting engine and the ability to receive an instant approval during the application process, which happened right around 2019, 2020.
Right.
And then as the pandemic hit, we needed a way to deliver policy packages when we were isolated and couldn't leave our homes. So we introduced e-delivery capabilities in April of 2020. And Ascend is really sort of rounding out that experience by giving us the ability to auto-issue cases. So if you submit them electronically, they're approved electronically from an underwriting perspective. They can issue electronically and actually be delivered electronically for a true no human touch experience.
It's pretty amazing. I mean, anyone who's watching this, if you've done business at National Life, we love our other carriers as well, but there hasn't been much kind of competition as far as the actual user experience, the new business experience. National Life has been kind of leading the way with that. And that, for at least the 10 years that I've been here. So this is kind of just the latest kind of iteration of this experience that you guys are rolling out. But this is something that is actually going to change the way that people are experiencing the new business platform. So when you've submitted business, as you're following it through the system, as you're trying to get it underwritten, this is what you're going to see starting February 11th with the new Ascend platform. So Julie, just some of those some of those highlights that we're going to see, and I'll try to go over the things that we talked about this morning in the training. Everything's just going to be faster.
Everything's going to be faster. So we built in so many efficiencies by being able to integrate the new system into our back-end system. So what that means is one area for our case managers and underwriters to be working on the business, which then in turn keeps that business moving as quickly as possible. Some of those efficiencies that we talked about this morning in our training talk about exams and labs, for instance, and communication, uploading documents where we have this direct ability to intake those requirements or those messages right into the platform without anybody having to touch it. So those requirements, those messages are ready to be reviewed and worked on instantly.
So we've actually had several agencies that have been beta testing this, so to speak, since June for you, and they were actually on and as part of our training this morning. One thing that they talked about, and you just kind of touched on it, was this automatically ordering parameds, which to me, as I also am an agent as well. That really struck me because ordering the paramed, calling up the paramed company, staying on top of it, the scheduling and all that, it takes a lot of time. And automatic paramed ordering is something that is going to be a part of this experience starting February. Correct, Damian?
That's right. And you're spot on. What we're trying to do is remove any friction from the process and make it easier for the agent to sell business. And so to the extent that we can take an administrative burden and turn it into somewhat of a competitive advantage, because if you're not spending time tracking down the paramed company, you can spend more time out prospecting and finding new, candidates to solicit business.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I thought was really interesting this morning as I was listening was that National Life obviously is doing a lot of, they have relationships with these paramed companies now that might actually get this done quicker than, even if you're very good at doing it, you think you're very efficient at getting your paramed's word, you have that paramed examiner that you know and you have their number. National Life is saying that they might be able to get it done quicker even than a setup like that. So I think that, agents, they might hear that news and think, automatic ordering, that means I have to rely on them to do it. But it is a very streamlined system. It is very prioritized. And I think this is going to be just a positive across the board with all of our agents once they actually get to experience it. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
I agree. And I think one of the important things is, to your point, in getting that order done quickly, it's automated. That's another one of those integrations that we have. So we have a connection directly to the vendor. Nobody has to fill out a template, send an email, make a phone call. So we get that order in immediately. The other thing is nobody has to worry about missing out on where things are with that requirement. Did my customer actually schedule? What's going on? Through the agent portal and the mobile app, you'll be able to see the feed directly from the vendor that's telling you exactly where things are in the ordering, the
updated
scheduling.
in real time.
Updated date and timestamps. You know exactly what's going on with those requirements.
Right. So it's not like, these parameds were completed yesterday, but nobody got to upload the statuses yet. It literally happens real time as that paramed is completed.
And then it's transmitted directly into our system and notifies the case manager and underwriter, so they know those requirements are in and can begin looking at those.
Absolutely. And also on the agent side, this all ties into the National Life agent app, correct? Is that right? So you could have push notifications that said, hey, your paramed on X client was just completed, and that could happen real time as well.
So we have push notifications through the app. So you'll be able to see notifications from your case manager or your underwriter, as well as status updates on your case.
It's awesome. It's really, really great. I know that that some of you might have not been able to see this yet. Come February 11th, you are going to see it. And we were kind of talking about this in our pre-interview, Damien. There's always kind of a resistance to change a little bit. Just, you have your way of doing business down, and something new is going to be a challenge. You have to learn something new. Talk about that, and just talk about your confidence that once agents are able to actually get their hands on this platform and work with it a little bit, they are going to see that this is a positive change.
Yeah, I think the only thing we ask is give us a chance.
Absolutely.
So we've rolled this out. We've had some proven success with it. We've had a number of agents who have told us they spend much less time on the telephone trying to understand what the status of our case is. Mm-hmm. Across the board, everyone is saying they're getting faster underwriting decisions, and all around positive response. We've had a few people even comment that they finished the year at the level they finished, and they believe it's a result of the fact that their business is now being processed on our Ascend platform. So the proof is in the pudding, and when you experience it, initially, if there are any questions or hesitations or confusion, we're here to support. We've got a really strong support team in place to be able to guide people through. We're doing a number of sort of educational seminars and so forth leading up to this. So you're not going to be flopping in the breeze. We want you to be successful, and that's what this is all about.
Absolutely. Well, I know that Lee Duncan said this morning during our training was that exactly kind of what you were talking about. Last year we ended the year with a lot of business in pending at National Life, and this year it sounds like a negative, but it's actually not. We ended the year with a lot less business in pending, and that wasn't because we had submitted less business. It was because a lot of that pending business had been paid. And he thinks that is because of Ascend. So we are very excited. I want to thank both of you for your work on this app. Is there anything else that we want to talk about on this app? I'm sorry, on this brand new platform. Is there anything else we want to talk about? We talked about speed. Communication is something that we touched on a little bit. With the Ascend platform, you're not going to need. You still have the option, but the agent is not going to need to send emails. All the communication is kind of contained within the platform. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's one of the most amazing things, is either through the portal or the mobile app. For all agents listening, if you're not using the mobile app, please go download it, because it's actually much easier to work on your business using the mobile app. For instance, the upload, you just use the scan document feature, which keeps it super simple.
Right.
But yeah, all of basically, it's your new communication hub. So if you need to send us a message, no need to use email. You can do it through the portal or the mobile app.
That's pretty awesome. I think the app has been amazing for several years now. I've been using it, but I know that adoption has been a little slower than you would want. I think that with Ascend, you're going to see that kind of accelerate a lot because people are going to realize that the app and this new platform really work well together and kind of complement each other and allow you to do a lot, whether you are in front of your computer or, as we all know happens, sometimes something happens and you're out, you're out and about and you need to be able to do something with your business, something simple. The app allows you to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The world has really changed. If you think about it, it wasn't too long ago that many carriers required wet signatures on forms, right? And they had to be mailed in. And then the fax came along, at a point in time. And, fax was great. They could be faxed in. Mm-hmm. And then we started to accept digital signatures. But now the ability to sort of take a picture of a document with your mobile device and just click a button and have it attached directly to your case is really taking advantage of the latest and greatest technology to remove friction from this process.
Absolutely. Well, it's all about making business easier. It's something that you all have been obsessed with, obviously, for the past 10 years or more. And I just want to thank you on behalf of all the agents and all the partners at National Life. You guys are always trying to make business easier, trying to make this process, which we know in life insurance, it's a process. If we were selling, widgets, I say it all the time. How great would it be if all you had to do was get someone to say, yes, I want that. All right, put your credit card number down and it's done. There is a process, and that's just the nature of the business. At National Life, you guys have been amazing partners at just trying to remove that friction, as you put it earlier, and making it smooth and easy as possible for agents to do what we do, which is to serve our clients. So thank you both so much.
Thank you.
And thank you for being a part of the Alliance Group podcast. Again, that is the Ascend platform. It is live. If it's February 11th at the time you're watching this or later, it is live. Go in, explore it, check it out. And thanks to these two ladies and their teams, it is a fantastic new tool for all of us selling National Life Group.
Listen to this interview and more on the Alliance Group podcast.